Hi guys, it's Marcela, and today I want to tell you a little bit more about this little album right here. In 2018, I released my second solo album, Through Your Eyes. This album is very different to anything that I had ever done before because I actually wrote it together with some of my fans. Every track on this album was inspired by a different person and a theme that they chose for me to write a song about. How did this come to be? Well, after I recorded my first solo album, Unprecedented, I launched a crowdfunding campaign to release the album, and I am always looking for fun perks and fun ways that I can interact with my followers. And one of those special perks that I added to the campaign was called a unique song. So the idea behind this perk is that you could give me any input that you wanted, and then I would write a song based on that input, and that song would be especially for you and only for you to listen to. It was a popular perk actually because 9 people chose for it. So when the campaign was over, I started getting in touch with them one by one for them to provide me with input for the song. Sometimes it would just be a theme, but I also told them like if they wanted to provide me, for instance, with any musical references that they wanted me to take into account, then they could. Basically, it could be anything that they wanted. And I found that a bit strange back then, but working like this was actually very freeing and very liberating because my mind is very chaotic. So it can be hard for me to put my thoughts straight and write a song about my own personal experiences. And also because I always have to carry the very, very heavy weight of my own expectations when I want to write a song for myself. But this was so easy because the only thing that I was focusing on was that the theme that was provided to me had to be very clearly imprinted in the song. And I was also delighted to discover that, of course, I could relate to all of the things that these people asked me to write about. And the more I dug into the feelings and the emotions of this theme, I started feeling this very beautiful empathic response. So even though these are their stories and their topics, they also became a little bit my own because I could relate them to my own experiences. So I work on these songs one by one and I started delivering them to their owners. And as I went along, I thought like, damn, these songs are very special. They really have something. And I remember that one of these people, when I sent them their song, they replied like, oh my God, it's lovely. I really like it. It's just such a shame that I'm going to be the only person that's going to be able to listen to this song. And I remember thinking like, well, that's funny because I was kind of thinking the same. And I asked them, would it be okay with you if I would put this in an album? And they said, yeah, of course, I would love it. So then I started asking all of the other people that I had written songs for if they would be okay with the idea. And luckily, everyone said yes. So I had 9 songs back then, and I ended up crowdsourcing for 2 more ideas through my social media. And I got to choose 2 more people to provide me with ideas for songs. So I ended up with 11 tracks for this album. At this point, I asked the help of my good friend and amazing musician, Erik van Ittersum, who turned my little piano ideas into beautiful piano and string arrangements. We went into the studio and we recorded everything with the 2 of us. At the same time, this was very important for me because I wanted to keep everything very organic. And then on a later session, we added the violin and cello parts. And as a cherry on top of the cake, my wonderful sister Diana recorded some vocals for the track Here to Stay from Mexico, and it ended up being a very lovely duet. I remember we were sitting in the studio mixing her vocals in, and I just had to shed a little tear because it was so beautiful. By the way, this amazing artwork was also created by my sister. She is so talented, you guys. I am still constantly flabbergasted at her incredible talent. And that's it. In a nutshell, the story behind Through Your Eyes. I hope you liked this video. If you want to learn more about each song, the story behind it, and the inspiration behind each of these tracks, follow the link in the description, and I will take you through a journey where I tell you more about each one of these songs. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.